Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Got question Chase, has got the facts, talking NFL numbers, he's got your back. A little chart trend ball, man, he's got it like that. Chasing data by do champions. Chasing data applies to everyone. Chasing data, yeah, we're live today. Chasing data for always. Chasing data by do champions.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to week 12 of Chasing Data. We are well over halfway through the season. Things are getting a little clearer as we go each week. We are getting very close to some teams being eliminated, some teams clinching their playoffs spots. But we're going to go through all that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to try to get through every game tonight and talk about what the numbers may say about all these teams. So if you're new here, this is all numbers-based, more analytics-based than anything else. What the deep dive of the numbers say. So let's get straight into it. So the first game, Thursday Night Football. Man, this game, I wish C.J. Stroud would be playing in this one. If he was playing, this would be a much better game. Surprisingly, the spread is still only 6 points in favor of the Buffalo Bills. Davis Mills in his 2 games. What has he done thus far? I mean, I think we're all on the Bills in this game. It shouldn't really be a close one. Davis, even though the defense is possibly the best defense in the NFL with the Houston Texans, what stops the Bills from winning this game would be Josh Allen's inability to hold on to the ball. He has a lot of turnovers this year. We talked about he's 9th highest in interceptions. You know, it's much higher than what he did last year with his ability to hold on to the ball. It's been a lot more careless this season. You know, you look at what Davis Mills has done. He has been serviceable for sure. In his 3 starts, he's had a 68 rating. That was against the Broncos. He had an 84 and a 90 rating. I mean, his EPA per dropback, I mean, we're not really worried about the Broncos. No one's going to do good against the Broncos. But he had a positive EPA per dropback in week 10 against the Jags, which is a good defense, and then not so great against the Titans in week 11. So can he do anything to make this a reasonable game? I don't know. I mean, if he can get 20 points somehow, I think that's the only way that they have a chance of winning this game. Like I said, it's in Houston. The Bills are 6-point favorites. I don't know. The only way is we talked about the Bills' defense so far this season. It is their weaker point and Josh Allen turnovers thus far. But when you look at the defense of the Buffalo Bills, they're currently ranked. They are 15th in overall defense. As far as pass goes, they are 5th against the pass. It's against the run. It's their problem. Good news is Houston doesn't have a great running offense. They have the fourth worst run defense. So yeah, trade Cook and Odunze for JT. I got Lamb and Higgins at wide receiver. Cook and Odunze for JT. Oh yeah, I do that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, JT is the fantasy league winner for sure. So I think we're all on Buffalo. Trade CMC and Lamar for JSN and Javante. We have Mahomes. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm always of the mindset of just having one quarterback. You string one from week to week, or if your starter gets hurt, so I wouldn't really hold on to Lamar if you're getting something else back in that package. Talking about Baltimore, second game I'm going to talk about is the New York Jets traveling to Baltimore. They are 2 touchdown underdogs in this game, 13.5 points. That is with Tyrod Taylor being the starter in this game. Now, while the Jets have come on as of late. They won two of their last four games. They face a real bad boy in the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens did not look great last week. Myles Garrett just absolutely dominated the line of the Ravens and got to Lamar way more than he should have. Good news is I don't think there's any way, even though the Ravens defense is not great this season, I don't think there's any way the Jets can score with the Ravens, or shouldn't be able to. The Jets have traded away Sauce Gardner. They've traded away Quinnen Williams, who went to Dallas in his first game last night and had 1.5 sacks, 4 quarterback hits, I believe. Navy says Cowboys are back. Well, they played a terrible defense last night, so I wouldn't read too much into it, but they should be better than 4-5-1. With the Ravens, I'm glad they finally started using Keaton Mitchell more, give Derrick Henry some rest. And I mean, Derrick Henry had a great game finally last week. The main person I'm worried about on the Jets affecting this game is Will McDonald. He has been good. He's leading the Jets right now with 27 total pressures, 12 quick pressures, which are under 2.5 seconds. And he has the 5th quickest time to pressure in the NFL. And on the other side of that, the offensive tackles of the Ravens have the 7th highest pressure rate allowed. That's going to be the only way. I mean, Lamar's still going to be Lamar. I just don't think Tyrod Taylor can do enough to keep it close, honestly. This year, I mean, he's had 2 starts. He's appeared in 3 games. He has a Tyrod Taylor I'm talking about. He has a rating of 73, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. We know he's a little bit better with his legs, but I mean, so is Justin Fields. There's a reason Justin Fields was starting ahead of Tyrod so far this season, but here we are. I think we're all on the Ravens for that one. All right, Henderson for Dowdle. And I don't know. I have both of them in fantasy, and I have been low on Dowdle. I mean, I think TreVeyon Henderson is going to get his run. Obviously, Ramondre's been out the last 2 weeks, but you would think he has to get an uptick in carries or snaps going forward. Otten, Henry, or Juwan Johnson? I think we go Hunter Henry. I mean, Drake May is leading the NFL right now in EPA per dropback, and he spreads the ball out as well as anyone in the NFL. They're going up against Cincinnati, one of the worst defenses also. So I think I go Henry this week. Wilson or Game? I go Wilson. I'm doing that myself, honestly. You know, I had the same thought, but it was a very brief thought. I'm going Wilson or Gainwell for sure. Steelers beat the Colts and Patriots. I hadn't talked about the Steelers yet, but ends up. All right, was McCaffrey and Adams, Jefferson, and Josh Allen. Yeah, I would do. I mean, if it's a one quarterback league and you still have May and Burrow, I don't know if Joe Burrow is coming back, but Drake May, I mean, you've streamed somebody outside of him. Third game, Pittsburgh Steelers, assuming Aaron Rodgers is not going to play, they have not ruled him out. They did say he had, I think it was a hairline fracture in that left wrist. They travel to Chicago, who are the 7-3 Chicago Bears. They are currently leading the division, the NFC North. 7-3. The Packers are 6-1, the Lions are 6-4, and the Vikings are 4-6. Who would have thought it? But here we are. So Pittsburgh and no Aaron Rodgers. It's gonna be. I'm assuming Aaron Rodgers is not going to be. But I mean, the pressure rate. The good thing about the Steelers, regardless of Aaron Rodgers playing, is that the Bears defense does not get pressured. The good news for the Bears defense is that they have 3 of the 4 top interception leading players in the NFL right now. They lead the NFL in interceptions as well. I just don't know where this offense is going to go without Aaron Rodgers. And I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he has the worst average depth of target in the NFL, air yards per target, whichever way you want to look at it. How can they beat the Bears without Aaron Rodgers? Run game, I mean, it's going to be focused on the run game, but I mean, I really don't know. When you look at Chicago's defense as far as what they do against the run, they are currently, when you look at EPA allowed per rush, they are currently right middle ground, 17th, which is going to be a hard fought game for them to win this, honestly. The over under is 45.5. I can see it definitely being much lower than that. London and Kelsey for Jamar Chase. Uh, yeah, I think I do that because London's value has gone down exponentially since Kirk Cousins is going to be the starter there. We'll go for Bijan. I think so. I think I go running back there. Should I trust Darnold again? Yeah. I mean, he has these up and down games. I mean, the offense is going to be perfectly fine with him. We see it all season. It's going to be fine going forward. Ends up. I just got the Dolphins shirt on tonight, rotated each and every week. Depending on which shirt I feel like wearing at that time. Next game, Patriots at the Bengals. Darnold or May? Are we talking about for this week or rest of the season, Edgar? So, Patriots. Maybe the best story in the NFL outside of the Colts for the season. They're currently 8.5 point favorites. Man, they're not. They're a blowout. Yeah, one, two, three, four, five, 7 games that are at least 6.5 points for the Patriots against the Bengals. I mean, we don't really need to talk about this game too much. Joe Flacco looked terrible last week against the Steelers. They have no Jamar Chase, and they have the worst worst defense overall in the NFL, giving up a .16 EPA per play. Second most is the Commanders at .10. They also have the worst pass defense. The difference between them and the fourth worst defense, the Dallas Cowboys pass defense, is 1 and 4 is the same difference between those two at 4 and 18. So they are tremendously bad. Drake May has the best EK per dropback in the NFL. Not much to talk about this one. Patriots should take care of business easily. Darnold or May, more for May. I mean, May is the best EPA per dropback. He has shown this year time and again that he's trustworthy and what he can do with this offense. Sam Darnold can have a higher ceiling at times, but his floor is much lower. Well, he has the blow-up games like he did against the Rams. That's our picks. Next game, another more than a touchdown spread. We have the Giants traveling to the Detroit Lions. I mean, there's no way the Detroit Lions lose 2 in a row, and 2 in a row to the NFC East. Edgar, appreciate the follow as well. Giants traveling to Detroit. I know they looked bad last week against the Eagles. Just how many times are they going to go have 5 fourth downs that they do not convert any of them? If they convert one of those 5, it's a totally different game. It's probably a totally different outcome. It's a totally different outcome of what happened in Philadelphia if they convert one of those first downs. I've actually heard that many times. Steph Curry, it's ridiculous how many times I've heard that comparison. But anyways, the Giants, there's no way they win this game, I don't believe. I mean, Jameis goes crazy maybe. But, I mean, he's not going to go crazier than what the Lions are going to do. I mean, Lions are 7th in pass efficiency. The Giants are 21st in pass efficiency on defense. They're worst in rushing efficiency on defense. The Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs probably going to go off, absolutely insane. When the Giants are pressured, they're terrible. I mean, it's kind of hard to read into that because it's Russell Wilson also. Lions defense, if they get after Jameis, I don't know. We could see some turnovers. I'm not going to talk much about this. The Lions should win this handily, easily. A game I'm more interested in is uh, Hank Dell returning 11:30. They could use him. They could also use C.J. Stroud as well. I don't know that they're going to rush him back. I figured he would be out the entire season, honestly. If they stay in the playoff hunt, they could push him back. I don't know if they should, though. Next game, Vikings at Packers. Okay. J.J. McCarthy, Jesus Christ. How bad can you be at the quarterback position? Um, when you look at EPA per dropback, which is basically telling you the efficiency of the quarterback, there are 34 qualifying quarterbacks, and J.J. McCarthy is dead last. He has a minus 0.37 EPA per dropback. So that's basically saying on every dropback, he's losing you a third of a point. Every 3 dropbacks, he's losing you a point based on his play. The difference between him and Spencer Rattler, who is 31st, so up 3 spots, is the same between 31st and 16 spots higher. So 15 and 31 is the same between 31 and 34 because JJ McCarthy's playing so terrible. Bears Steelers is definitely a big game, especially with if no Aaron Rodgers. HN or McCaffrey rest of the season. Man, HN is just playing out of his mind. McCaffrey finally got he's just getting so many touches. I think it may get spread out more, especially once they get Ayuk back. Purdy's finally back. McCaffrey did have his longest rush of the season of 20 yards this season last week. But yeah, I think I go H. I think it's the higher ceiling, but also possibly the lower floor. So boomer bust. DK or Pierce this week? DK if Aaron Rodgers starts. If he does not, then no. Yeah, like Edgar said, Darnold is good when he is playing well, but he also Matthew Stafford has the higher floor for sure. Matthew Stafford, I think, has 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, like 15 touchdowns in his last 5 games. No interceptions. He's just playing out of his mind. So with Minnesota and Green Bay, I mean, like I said, Drake May is playing absolutely god awful. What is he? So he has a minus 0.37 EPA per dropback overall. What is he under pressure? When he's under pressure, obviously everybody gets worse. He's actually 16th. He has the same EPA per dropback under pressure that he does when he's not pressured. So I think you just drop 8, let Aaron Jones beat you if he's going to beat you. But I don't foresee that happening. Micah Parsons is probably going to get after JJ McCarthy, and it's going to be a terrible day for him. Okay, Indianapolis Colts traveling to Kansas City, who the Kansas City Chiefs are 5-5. They are getting close to fighting for their playoff hopes and aspirations. When you look at the standings right now, right now they would be the 9 seed, and they would be a game out. Jags are 6-4, so they're currently a game out. They lose this game, they're going to be in big trouble. Obviously, but they are 3.5-point favorites against the Colts, and I mean, I'm curious to see Daniel Jones and what he does. The Chiefs are currently 18th in EPA allowed per rush against the run, obviously, like I said, and they're going up against Jonathan Taylor. Are they going to be able to stop Jonathan Taylor in this game? That's going to be the focal point for me in what they do. But I mean, all right, so the Chiefs are 16th in the following categories, and the Colts are number 1 in all these categories: rushing under center, design runs, overall rushing efficiency, and running inside. So the focal point for them is, can they stop Jonathan Taylor? On the flip side, the Chiefs, they are number 1 in rushing versus a stack box, passing versus no blitz, and deep passes. The deep pass defense is what the Colts have been struggling with as of late. Let's see, but if I'm the Colts, I'm blitzing Patrick Mahomes. They're currently 23rd against the blitz. Colts defense number 1. Stick to what you know. I know Mahomes can beat you with his legs, but he struggled somewhat, comparatively speaking, versus years past. Or Waddle or Higgins? I think we go Waddle. All right. Would you trade Judkins for Pickens or Judkins for McMillan? Pickens. McMillan, he gets the targets, but Pickens is just, he's more of a deeper ball threat. Ted McMillan may have 10 catches for 14 yards and a touchdown. Brissett or Dart against Dart's playing this week, assumingly. I think we go Jacoby Brissett. He had the most completions in NFL history this week, and they are playing the Jacksonville Jags, who Davis Mills put up a solid stat line. Yeah. 2 weeks ago, he had a positive EPA per dropback, so I think I go with Jacoby Brissett. Definitely going to get the pass attempts. We don't have to talk much about this one. The Seahawks traveling to Tennessee. Can the Titans get another win this year? I'm not really sure. They're averaging 14.3 points per game. They have a minus 130 point differential. This is the number 2 point differential team. Number 2 in point differential, plus 101 in the Seahawks, minus 130 in the Titans. So they are losing games. They have this season they played 10 games, so they lose on average. If you look at every game, they're losing every game by 13. So not ideal. Nothing much to talk about. Sam Darnold's going to bounce back. JSN's going to continue his wide receiver receiving yard lead. Nothing much more to say. Next game, we have the Jags at the Cardinals. The Cardinals are basically their season's on the line here. I mean, the season's over. They are currently 3-7 and 3 games out of the playoffs. They would definitely have to go on a run. They have 7 games left. They would have to win 6 of the 7, I would say at least, and finish 9-8 to have a chance at the playoffs. Do they get there? Probably not. I mean, their schedule. I mean, it doesn't matter what their schedule is. They're not winning 6 of the 7, but basically, this is a must win. The Jags, I feel like they're going to sneak into the playoffs once we get there. They're going to be the wild card team, probably around 9-8, 10-7, honestly. If I'm the Jags, I mean, the defense is going to win this, I believe. Trevor Lawrence has been mid. I don't think he's the quarterback of the future. When you look at what he's doing as far as efficiency-wise, EPA per dropback out of 34 qualifying quarterbacks, he's currently 26th. Not been good. Not been good enough to keep his job, I don't believe. The Jags are only 2.5-point favorites. The offense has been better with Arizona since Jacoby Brissett came in, but I don't think it's enough for them to overcome the Jacksonville Jags, even though the game's at home. Oh, the next game. This is a game for the number 1 pick, honestly, to be playing for the number 1 pick. We have the 2-8 versus 2-8 Browns at the Raiders. Raiders got blown out by it was not a close game. Blown out by the Dallas Cowboys last night, and I don't think we're going to see anything different, honestly. Right now, there are 6 teams that are 2-8 or worse. So I think this is you kind of want to lose this game. Both teams are looking for a quarterback next year. Geno is not the quarterback of the future. We know that at this point. Geno has fallen off a cliff somehow. The Browns do not have a quarterback. Watson or Dobbs. Watson looks like he's going to get the red zone targets, and Watson looks like he has the higher upside based on last week's play. Looks like Jordan Love trusts him a ton. But yeah, so this is a battle for the number 1 pick or top 3 pick. Please lose if you're a fan of either one of these teams. But how does either team win? I mean, it's going to be Max Crosby going crazy against Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur was god awful in his appearance. But it's also the defense. Myles Garrett's going to go crazy against Geno Smith. I think that the weapons on the offensive side of the ball of Las Vegas outweigh the defensive weapons of the Cleveland Browns. I know they have Myles Garrett. Outside of that, I mean, I just think they can overcome more. Geno can do enough on offense to win this game. Marky, appreciate the follow. Would I trade Henry and Jefferson for CMC? If you have a lot of depth, yeah, maybe, but a lot you give up a lot. Purdy or Darnold for this week? We go Sam Darnold. He's going up against the Tennessee Titans. One of the worst, if not the worst, defense team, whatever aspect you want to look at, all around. All right, I've seen two streams. They both said Cowboys beat Eagles next week. What you think? I don't know if that's a given. I don't think they do. It's at home. I don't know. I mean, I could see it happening just based on the fact that the Eagles, I feel like they're winning these games that they should not win. The offense is eventually going to catch up to them because they have been playing bad. Saquon and the run game is not what it was. Lane Johnson's out. There is a path, especially with Dak, CD, and George Pickens, for them to win this game. We saw how close it was in week 1. So I can see the argument. More I talk about it, I'm talking myself into it. Marky, appreciate the follow. I traded London and DeMarcado for Wan'Dale. Is that for DeMarcado and Wan'Dale. Yeah. Dre London's, he's injured. I think he's day to day, maybe week to week, but it doesn't really matter whenever Kirk Cousins is going to be your quarterback for the rest of the season. Like, he's not going to get any work like he was when Michael Penix was in there. Jacoby Myers, DK, or Pierce. I think we go DK, assuming that Aaron Rodgers is playing. If he is not playing, we go Alec Pierce. Chase Brown, Odunze, or Saquon London. I think we go Chase Brown, Odunze. London, I just spoke about why I'm worried about him. Yeah, the Eagles' defense has carried them the last 2 weeks. That's why they're winning games. It's not the offense. The offense looks shot. It looks terrible. Nothing has been good in Philadelphia as of late. When you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, let's bring up what their efficiency has been. Let's see. So, the worst games as far as EPA per play, 2 of the 10, out of their 10 games, they've had 2 of their 4 worst in the last 2 weeks. Last week was the worst against the Lions. They had a minus 0.28 EPA per play. The pass game last week was the worst. Yep. So in the run game has not been much better. I mean, the run game, it was the 4th worst, and it was the worst against the Packers. Like, they've won back-to-back weeks by scoring 26 total points. The defense has been carrying them, like you said. Dylan, appreciate the follow. AJ is right about the defense. I agree. How is Judkins' matchup against the Raiders? When you look at the Raiders, and you look at defenses overall, Judkins has honestly fallen off as of late from where he started at the beginning of the season. When you look at the defense, the rushing defenses in the NFL, run D is really not the problem in Vegas. They're actually 13th in efficiency. So the run D is above average. And when you look at what Quinshon Judkins has done, I mean, there was after 4 weeks of him playing, he was like top 10 or 15 in success rate and EPA per rush. But now when you look at him, where is he qualifying now amongst all qualifying running backs? Let's see. EPA per attempt, he is currently down to 27. So he has dropped off precipitously. Success rate is down to, oh my God, I'm still scrolling. What was it here, huh? He's down to 4th worst in the NFL. So he has fallen off a cliff tremendously. Oh, and appreciate the follow. I'll get you a question. Quinshon Judkins. Look at his numbers on just his game log this year. So, like I said, he started off very well. He had positive. All right, so his first 3 games were all positive rush EPAs. Then minus -1, -2, -3, -4, -4, -7. He's gotten progressively worse as the season has gone on. Over the last 7, yeah, 6 weeks, 6 weeks straight, he's gotten progressively worse as far as rushing EPA. Yeah, I don't feel good about it. Jags final record prediction. Okay, when you look at the Jags, let's see, let's bring up their schedule here. Jags record. They're currently 6-4, and they're the 7th seed, battling it out with Kansas City Chiefs. So, play the Cardinals this week. I think they should win that. That's 7-4. Titans must win. 8-4. Colts loss. We're just going quick overview. 8-5. Jets, that's another win. 9-5. Broncos probably a loss. 9-6. Colts, say they lose it again. 9-7. They play the Titans again. That's 10-7. 10-7 should get them into the playoffs. When you look at strength of schedule, remaining strength of schedule for them, they got to be somewhere near the top. Huh? Let's see. Or the Eagles. They have the fifth easiest remaining schedule. So I feel good about them making the playoffs at this rate. The Chargers, they're overachieving yet again, like they do anytime a Harbaugh is involved. But I mean, they've been good. They're gonna be probably a first round exit. They may win one game in the playoffs, but it's not like they have a high ceiling. Falcons at Saints. We're not gonna talk about that. I mean, does it matter who wins? Saints probably want to lose. Falcons need to win. The Rams want the Falcons to lose because they have their first round pick. They got James Pierce in return. Another big game as far as the NFC is looking. The Rams are playing the Bucks on Monday Night Football. Bucks at Rams. Sorry, the Rams are a touchdown favorite. My lord, they feel good about them. Um, when you look at this game, how each team could win, the Rams, they're the ninth best team whenever they blitz. The Bucks are third worst in efficiency in the NFL when being blitzed. That front four should probably get after Baker Mayfield. Can he create out of the pocket? The Rams offense is fifth against in play action on offense, and the Bucks defense is third to last. Those are two main keys for them to win. I mean, I don't see a real path. The run game has not been great in Tampa Bay the last few weeks. Uh, the offense just hasn't been humming. I mean, it's been okay. But I think the Rams win this one, go to 9-2, move to the 1 seed in the NFC. All right. Who do I have winning the Super Bowl this year? Honestly, at this rate, out of the NFC, I think it's the Rams year. I honestly think it's the Rams year. I don't think it's the Eagles. I don't think it's anyone out of the NFC North. The one team I would see getting hot and making it is Sam Darnold if he can just stay on a heater like he has been. He's just too up and down. But I think the Rams out of the NFC. AFC, man, it's kind of open, honestly, in my opinion. You have the Patriots who are playing out of their mind. The Colts are playing out of their mind. The Broncos are playing out of their mind. But you then have the Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs. Who's coming out of that? Would you take the Patriots, Colts, or Broncos, that group, or the Ravens, Bills, or Chiefs? I think I still take the Ravens, Bills, or Chiefs. I think the Bills come out. Bills versus Rams. Rams win it off. All right. Knicks is off this week. Pick up Bryce Young. Yeesh. So the Panthers are going. This is Monday Night Football against the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, picking up. I mean, Bryce Young did play very great last week. I'm talking down on him. I mean, I think it's worth streaming potentially. I just don't know if you're going to get a high ceiling. I don't think you're going to get the same thing you got out of him against the Falcons. Especially, I know they have. I mean, Lenore for the Niners is going to be on Tet. He's been one of the best um, coverage cornerbacks in the NFL. And right now, I mean, even though the Niners do have the fifth worst pass defense, I think it's worth a shot. I think it's worth a shot. Trey Schultz for Tucker. Trey Tucker? Sean Tucker? I don't know. I don't know if that matters either way. Maybe Trey Tucker gets a quarterback next year. Oh, that's weird. I didn't like Gibbs' schedule for playoffs and championship. I got stuff Minnesota. Oh, you know, okay. But yeah, so in that last game, Panthers, and they are 6-5 right now. They are in the playoff picture if the season ends today, right? The 6-5. One would assume. Yes. Maybe playoff. NFC. They're actually on the outside looking in. They are one game out, but they have a chance for sure. But in that game, the Panthers versus the Niners. This offense is going to be a high scoring game. I do say that. The over under is 48.5. I think we easily reach that. It may be a 31-28 final, honestly. Bryce Young has been playing much better. The pass defense of the Niners is not good, to say the least. And Brock Purdy's back. So it's going to be a high scoring game. I think the Niners win it because the Panthers just love to stay at 500. They drop down to 6-6. But yeah, so that's probably it for tonight. If you don't follow, hit that follow button. Analytics based football. And if I can get to your question, send me a question, shoot me a DM, and I'll be glad to answer it. If you don't follow on every other platform at King NFL Stats. And we'll be back probably later this week, if not this week. Thanks for stopping by.